Picture this. Friday night, you take family to favorite restaurant. Been going there 10 years. Love their burgers, always fresh, always good. You order usual, burger arrives, tastes different, worse. Bun cheaper, patty smaller, fries cold, bill comes, $15, used to be $11. You ask waiter what happened. He says new ownership, cut staff, raised prices, using cheaper ingredients. He's only waiter for whole section now. Used to be 3. Next month you drive by, restaurant closed, going out of business. You're confused. Place was always packed, always profitable. What killed successful restaurant? Answer isn't bad luck. It's private equity. Today we're breaking down how Wall Street firms are destroying your favorite brands while getting rich doing it. Now let's get into it. How private equity kills your favorite brands. Quick note, this info comes from multiple sources. If something's wrong, drop a comment. We make economics so simple that anyone with zero knowledge can understand. What is private equity? Simple terms. Investment firms that buy entire companies, not just shares, whole companies. After buying, they take full control, decide how company runs, what gets changed, how to increase profits fast. Normal investors buy small percentage through stocks. Private equity buys most or all of company, takes lots of money. So they use mix, little bit their own money, massive amount borrowed money. They buy company, increase profits quickly, sell again after a few years, like flipping house, except house is entire company, with workers, stores, products, customers, different from hedge funds. Hedge funds trade stocks aggressively, different from venture capital. Venture capital invests in young startups. Private equity buys older established companies, companies with customers. Steady cash flow, biggest private equity firms, Blackstone, KKR, Apollo. You've heard these names. They control huge amounts of money, own many companies people use daily. Here's their trick, called leveraged buyout, LBO. Sounds fancy. Idea simple. Imagine shoe company worth $100 million. We weigh shoes, private equity wants buying it. You think they need 100 million cash? Wrong. They put in only 20 million own money, borrow remaining 80 million from banks. After buying company, magic happens. Private equity passes entire debt onto company they just bought. We Weigh Shoes now starts new life with massive loan it never asked for. Company loaded with debt. No choice but cut spending. Save money fast. Usually means fire workers, raise shoe prices, reduce quality using cheaper materials, delay upgrades, stop long-term improvements. All changes customers eventually notice. Complain about? Real example, Toys R Us. Private equity firms bought company using debt-heavy structure. Toys R Us buried in loans. Most income went paying interest instead of running business. Company couldn't keep up with competitors, couldn't invest in online shopping, couldn't survive, filed bankruptcy 2017, shut down stores 2018. They're making comeback 2024, but damage was done. How does company buried in debt make money for private equity? Answer, squeeze out as much money as possible, as fast as possible. First fire workers, cutting staff, lowers expenses immediately. Even if sales stay, same profit goes up, payroll costs go down. Second cut costs everywhere, switch to cheaper ingredients, cheaper suppliers, fewer staff per shift, smaller portions, slower customer service, less maintenance, boosts short-term profit, even if quality drops. Third, raise prices. Simplest way, increasing revenue overnight. Customers pay more for same product, even when quality worse. Fourth, sell land or buildings. If We Weigh Shoes owns store buildings, private equity sells that building for quick cash. But now, We Weigh Shoes no longer owns building. Must pay rent, staying in building, called sale, leaseback. Private equity takes cash from sale. Company gets stuck with another long-term cost. Fifth, push company, taking more loans. Remember, company takes loan, not private equity firm. Private equity earns fees from every new loan. If We Weigh Shoes takes new $10 million loan, private equity might take $1 million as transaction fee, leaving company with only $9 million, but still responsible, paying back full 10 million plus interest. Sixth, pay themselves special dividends. Dividend is payout to owner. Since private equity is owner, they create special dividend for themselves. Company pays money to owner, which is private equity. Finally, flip company. Try selling business for more than they paid. If succeed, huge final profit. If company collapses before they sell, they already collected fees, loans, dividends, still walk away with money. This playbook explains why many companies weaken or fail after private equity takes over. Red Lobster. Aggressive cost-cutting and sale-leaseback deals put huge pressure on business. Marsh Supermarkets. Collapsed after heavy debt. Toys R Us. Couldn't survive debt load. Who gets hurt? Workers first to feel pain. When company fires, people cutting costs, jobs disappear. Remaining workers become overworked, stressed, underpaid. Service gets slower, lines get longer. Mistakes happen more often. Fewer people doing more work. Local stores shut down. Company closes weaker branches, saving money. Some communities lose only nearby grocery store, pharmacy, restaurant, creates food desert. People travel far, just buying basic things, fresh food, prices go up. After private equity raises prices, increasing profits, customers pay more for lower quality. Company focus, paying debt instead of improving anything. When loan payments become too large, business can't keep up, ends up bankrupt. Healthcare impact even more serious. Private equity takes over hospitals, nursing homes, emergency clinics. Cutting costs means fewer nurses, fewer safety checks, slower response times. In healthcare, small mistakes cause real harm. Tenants get squeezed when private equity buys housing. Rent goes up, maintenance gets worse. Buildings deteriorate, tenants pay more for less. New owner extracting money fast as possible. All this happens while private equity walks away with profit. They take fees, special dividends, cash from selling company assets early. If company finally collapses from debt, they already made money long before failure. Why does private equity keep growing? For many years, interest rates very low, especially in US. When interest rates low, borrowing money cheap, private equity borrows billions at low cost, buys more companies. Repeats cycle over and over. Huge investors like pension funds and universities invest billions into private equity funds. These institutions want higher returns. Give their money to private equity firms growing it. Gives private equity huge supply cash buying more companies. Struggling companies, easy targets. When company already weak or losing money, desperate for cash. Accept deals they normally would avoid. Makes easier for private equity taking control. Less competition in many industries helps private equity grow. If private equity firm buys multiple shoe companies, becomes easier, influencing prices, cutting costs. Customers have fewer choices. Many brands look different outside, behind scenes owned by same private equity group. Last decade, private equity moved into basic needs, housing, hospitals, food, childcare. These industries very stable. People need them, no matter what happens in economy. Makes business even more profitable. Rules around private equity limited. Move slowly. By time new rules discussed or created, private equity already moved into new industries, found new strategies, allows them staying ahead. Continue expanding. Bottom line, private equity buys companies using huge debt, cuts costs, making money fast, extracts profit through fees, new loans, special dividends. Even if company collapses from pressure, they already took money long before failure. Once you understand system, you see patterns, rising prices, shrinking quality, why familiar brands suddenly disappear. Not random bad luck, deliberate strategy extracting maximum profit before moving to next target. Here's question. Your favorite local chain just got bought, menu prices jumped 20%, staff cut in half. How long before it closes, and who's getting rich while you're paying more for less? Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any videos.